What's going on, you guys? It's your boy Abel, checking in one time, man, and we got a lot to talk about today because I gotta really be vulnerable. I gotta talk to you guys about what's been going on, the real, and just a few decisions that I think I have to make for the sake of my trading journey and my trading career as a whole. But before I even go ahead and break into all that, and we have a little, one-on-one me versus y'all, let's go ahead and get a little pumping real quick. Now we get serious. So it's time to get vulnerable with y'all real quick and be transparent with y'all. The one thing I tell you guys, especially those of you guys that watch me on the live streams every morning, those of you guys that are part of my VIP community, I always tell you, I'm gonna lie to everybody else, but I'm not gonna lie to you. So I wanted to go ahead and break down kind of a situation, a little bit of a dilemma that I'm in. You guys have been paying attention to the live stream. I've been getting absolutely torched the past month and a half, where none of my trades are hitting. I catch myself trying to, switch strategies, switch how I want to take profits, switch how I'm placing my stop losses. I catch myself just doing a lot of things that I know as a trader that has been trading now for 8 years is really not going to help me get back to, the winning months, the winning weeks, which is what has been missing for the past 30, 60 days now. And although I go on live stream and I'm still very happy, still very bubbly, I have to be honest with y'all, it's starting to take a little toll on me. And the reason for that is because, yes, on the live stream, we trade prop firm accounts because I believe that's what most of you guys, or the route that most of you are gonna, take. My personal account as well has been getting affected. In fact, it's been getting affected tremendously to a point where I lost a substantial amount of capital in the live account, and it's causing me to become a lot more emotional than I normally am. This is probably not just a losing streak, because everybody goes through losing streaks. I tell you guys all the time, right? Losing streaks are a part of the process. This ain't my first losing streak, and it's not gonna be my last. But from a financial standpoint, this is probably one of my biggest losing months. At least last month was August. It's probably one of my biggest losing months that I've had in a few years. And again, I am human. No matter how happy I am, no matter how bubbly I am, no matter how much I tell you guys to just continue to ignore it, trust the process, when you start to go and experience things that you haven't experienced, especially when it comes to type of losses, it's going to start to pile up. And because of that, I had to really take a step back. And I spoke to my wife and I asked her, what do you think I should do? Because I love being live. I love streaming live. I mean, it's something that I've done now consistently for over 4 years. Don't get it twisted, guys, right? I've been trading live on YouTube here for you guys since April, consistently, non-stop, Monday through Thursday and Friday when there's news. But this isn't my first rodeo when it comes to live streaming. A lot of you guys know me from streaming live with Profit Society. A lot of you guys know me from streaming live when I was an educator for I Am Academy. So this isn't new, right? Streaming live is not new to me. But I've always had that idea, always had that thought in my head that I might be hindering my own growth as a trader by doing this so often, by continuously being in the public eye, doing things in front of an audience. And although you guys here on YouTube have been phenomenal, all you guys in the chat, I love y'all to death. You guys are very encouraging. We rarely ever get people in the chat that, go in there just to troll. There's a few people that have, but you guys know how I deal with them. I encourage the criticism. I think it's getting to a point where I need to just take a step back from being in the public eye and actually just focus on myself. Focused on my trading account. Because I'm gonna be honest, right? I've been able to make a lot of money in this space when it comes to trading itself. But over the past year as a whole, I haven't been able to get back to monthly goals that I've attained in the past, the yearly goals that I've obtained in the past. In fact, just me being transparent with y'all, this year alone is probably gonna be still a profitable year, but nowhere near to what it used to be. There's been years, guys, where I've cleared, multiple 6 figures in a year. This year, the way it's going, I'll be happy to be able to make 50, 60,000. And again, don't get me wrong, I'm still grateful that I'm able to, create that type of income from home by simply utilizing the skill set and pushing a couple buttons. But we have seen an upward climb since I really started seeing profitability back in like 2018, 2019, 2020. And the years have been drastically, dropping over time, right? And I really got to take a step back and ask myself, okay, what's going on here, right? Yeah, I'm still doing good. I'm still making money. But now me going through this crazy losing streak, which again, is not my first, and it's not going to be my last losing streak. But me going through this losing streak is putting things in perspective, right? Because I lost a big chunk, a big portion of my personal account. Now, for those of you guys that truly understand my journey and my process, you guys know that I'm the breadwinner in the house, and I've been the breadwinner in my household for a while, right? I got to take care of my wife, got to take care of my 3 kids. I take care of my mother who lives with us. So there's a lot of responsibility and a lot on my shoulders. And that's why it's kind of tough to even say this, but I think it's time for me to really take a step back from doing these live streams, really dial back in, go back to the basics myself. Like I always encourage a lot of my students, a lot of the people in my VIP to really just, sometimes you got to go back to the basics. I think I have to take my own advice. I think I truly have to understand, something is wrong to where you're not seeing the levels of success that you've seen in the past when it comes to trading. And there has to be something that I could do to change that. So I'm giving myself the advice that I typically give a lot of my students, and it's time to go back to the basics. It's time to remove as much pressure as possible. And trading live in front of a community, in front of the public, is a lot of pressure that one has to deal with. Now, just over the years of me trading live, I've been able to obviously become really good with dealing with that pressure. As a person, mentally, I'm okay, or at least I believed I was. But when I look at my trading account and I look at my P&L over the last year, over the last 2 years, still profitable, but nowhere near where it used to be a few years ago. And the whole goal here is to continue to have an upward climb, right? We all know that trading involves higher highs and higher lows in the market. And there's gonna be periods and times where you have these lower lows and these lower highs. I've had a crazy run 4 or 5 years ago where I was only seeing really just higher highs and higher lows. And then over the past couple years, although still profitable, don't get me wrong, I truly have not been able to get to that point where I was making multiple 6 figures trading, just off of trading itself. So I have to figure out ways to minimize the pressure so that I can truly get back to that point where I'm, seeing substantial amount of gains, substantial amount of profits, so that I can continue to live how I live and continue to provide for my family. Now, I know a lot of you guys are probably gonna, most of y'all are gonna be supportive of this. I'm still gonna be in the VIP. I'm still gonna be talking with obviously all of my students that have invested into my education, into my content, into me as a mentor. I'm not going nowhere for y'all. I'm still gonna be in the Discord, all right? I'll probably still go live with you guys in the Discord, right? But publicly, on YouTube, I think it's time to take a step back for a little while. At least let me get back into the groove of things, right? Because again, I know that this is just a period, this is just a phase, right? I believe this is something that I have to go through to eventually get to the next level. God gives his toughest challenges to his toughest warriors. And I truly believe that right now, this period that I've been going through for the past year, not just the little losing streak that I'm going through right now, but over the past year, like I said, it's been still doing my thing, but it's been up and down. I think this is just another test that God is putting me through to see if I'm worthy for that next level, for that next breakthrough. And the thing about me is I'm up for the test. I'm up for the test, but I also have to make it a little bit easier for me to pass the test. I have to start to alleviate some of these pressures that, although right there on the surface might not be bothering me, it truly is affecting me and my ability to trade at a higher level. Because I know what's capable. I know what's possible. But it's time for me to get back to that level. And I think making this decision is probably going to be the one that I have to make, unfortunately. Because again, I truly enjoy live streaming. I truly enjoy going live with y'all. I truly enjoy interacting with y'all in the chat. I promise y'all, there's nobody out there that has more of a fun time and enjoyable time while live streaming than I do. Y'all be hearing me having mad fun. Y'all be hearing me sing, play music, with my little sound effects. Do Don DeMarco. Right? I be having hell of a fun on stream, right? But trading is a business at the end of the day. And the income that I bring in trading truly does allow me to live, a pretty decent life where me or my wife or my mom do not have to work. But with the path that I've been on, and with the amount of money I just lost over the past month on my personal account, and the prop firm accounts I've been struggling with as well, as you guys see on live, we've been really struggling with some prop firm accounts too, man. I gotta really understand that trading is a business, and I have to do what's best for the business. Not just what's best for me as a person, somebody that loves giving back, that loves helping, that loves encouraging, that loves motivating, but I also have to realize that I am a business. And the business of trading relies on the person behind the actual sticks, which is me. So I have to make the decision that's best for me and my family. And that is ultimately, just locking in, taking it back to the basics. I understand that this also will pass, but I gotta make it easier for me to get to that point to where I can start to see the consistency that I know as a trader, that I've seen myself do in the past more times than none. I have to be able to build that confidence back up. Because my confidence has definitely been, a little bit more shakier than normal. But the thing about trading is, guys, just like I mentioned earlier, it's always going to be a series of highs and lows. How you act and how you control yourself when you're at the high is just as important with how you act when you're at the lows. Your ability to stay strong and your ability to overcome the negative thoughts is going to dictate whether you're able to be a profitable trader consistently over a long period of time. And although this isn't going to be, a period in time that's going to be a one-off, again, I know for a fact I'm going to go through another winning streak and I'm going to eventually go through another losing streak. Sometimes you got to take a step back and be like, you know what? Let's do what's best. Because this is what's paying the bills. YouTube isn't paying the bills. I mean, I've shown you guys a few weeks ago how much I'm making off of YouTube, right? Making like $200 a month off of YouTube. YouTube is not paying the bills. YouTube isn't even paying one bill. But I would love for YouTube to get to that point. Because having multiple streams of income, guys, truly is key. Now, again, don't get me wrong. I do have other streams of income, right? I do have, multiple cars on Turo, right, that I'm renting out. Although it's not as lucrative as it used to be, right? It definitely provides, some money coming in, right? I obviously do make money through selling my course and my mentorship, which is cool. But if you guys know, I don't really push that as often, right? So it's not like I'm making a lot of money. I'm not making $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 a month off of education. That's just not what it is. Most of my money, probably 70% of my money truly does come from trading and through just my investments in the crypto space. Because I do have a pretty decent crypto portfolio that also alleviates some of the pressure. So I gotta really dial in and truly understand that if trading truly is one thing that's providing the income to, maintain a lifestyle, then I really need to dial in on that. I really need to focus on that and get that to a point where it's consistent again, right? And I'm excited again. And it has to start with building my personal account again. And that's exactly what we're gonna do. So again, family, I encourage y'all, if you guys see me, if you guys have been following me for a while, I know a lot of y'all were probably first exposed to me 4 or 5 years ago, right? As an educator of IM. I'm gonna tell y'all the same thing I used to tell y'all back then. This is a process. Trading is a journey, right? Do not get it twisted. Every trader out there that you know has these periods in time where they go through these phases, right? Where it looks like trading is just not working for some reason. Even as a newer trader, I'm pretty sure you're experiencing that as well right now, where you don't understand what's going on because you're so new, but you also see the potential because you're following so many people on social media. You really just got to keep going. You really just got to keep pushing. And you really have that, you got to have that no quit mentality. Just because I'm going through this phase right now, and just because I took a substantial amount of losses from the prop firm and on my personal account, mainly my personal, that's kind of like affected me a little bit, I still have that no quit mentality. I just got to adjust. Trading is all about adjustments at the end of the day, right? Are you able to adjust when times are going tough, when times are getting rough? And that's what I'm doing. I have to make these adjustments so that I can get back to the level that I know I can get to. Now, one thing I'm extremely grateful for with me personally is that I never lived above my means, right? Even when I was making a lot of money trading, and I've had years where I've cleared multiple six figures, I didn't live outside of my means. I didn't go and buy a Ferrari or a Lambo. I didn't go and spend a lot of money on materialistic things, although it probably could have helped me out with the education side, right? It would have helped me sell a lot more courses and things like that. I never lived above my means, right? I've always lived below my means, which allowed me to be comfortable no matter what I went through. All right, so I'm super grateful for myself for doing that, right? And just understanding that this is bigger than just those materialistic things right now. I have to create a foundation first, right? I want to be able to get to a point where I'm making millions of dollars a year, maybe even $1 million a month before I'm comfortable investing into those things. And that's one thing that I've learned just because my journey when I started trading was very rough. I was literally working a warehousing job, making $500 a week, $600 a week, trying to, provide for me and my girl at the time, well, which is my wife currently, but we weren't married then, and our young daughter that we had. Right, so I went through a period of time that really allowed me to develop this mindset of, living below my means, which truly saved me. Because there's a lot of people that I started this journey with that were able to see a substantial amount of money. They were able to achieve a substantial amount of income, right? Especially those that were a part of IM, right? Whether they got it from the trading or they got it because they were chairman. And if you see where they're at today, because they started to buy the penthouses and the Lambos and they started spending $100,000 on certain things and watches and jewelry. Now they're struggling tremendously. Like, I'm talking about to a point where most of them went back to get a job or a career, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you have to go back to a job or career to sustain your lifestyle and to pay your bills, don't let nobody try to discredit you, because that's not what I'm doing, whatever. That's not what I'm trying to do right now neither. I'm just talking about when you do achieve high levels of success, you want to make sure that you have that foundation built and set to when times get tough, you don't have to start selling your materialistic things. You don't have to start pawning jewelry, right? You don't have to start going outside and asking for a loan from a friend and start to hurt those relationships. Because that's what a lot of people have done. You'd be surprised how many people have asked me and others that I know, that I spoke with, for help. And these are people that were making $25,000, $30,000, $50,000 a month, all because financially they didn't manage their finances the correct way. I'm grateful that I at least had that negative experience before I seen a lot of money that prepared me for even what I'm going through right now, this little losing streak that we've been on. Because imagine if I did spend a lot of money on the cars, the jewelry, the clothes, extra houses, extra living arrangements, while I have a family that's looking up to me, while I have my wife and my kids that are dependent on me. It's tough, man. I probably would have been going through, a crazy, psychotic, episode, right? Because that stuff is crazy, man. And like right now, family, it's not easy living in this world right now, right? Everything is expensive. Bills are expensive. I get it. So that's one thing I am grateful. That's one thing I want you guys to leave you guys with. This isn't going to be your first losing streak if you're going through it. It ain't going to be your last one either. But when you do start to see substantial income, don't try to go ahead and spend and splurge to try to show off for social media. Because social media is not going to pay your bills. Those people that you're looking to impress just to show off that you're doing good right now, they're not going to be here if things take a turn for the worse. And I promise you, life truly is a roller coaster. Life is all about the ups and downs. So don't get too ahead of yourself. Yeah, celebrate, buy yourself a little something, right? It's good to, experience the fruits of your labor, but make sure you're doing it responsibly. Because me doing things responsibly and not living above my means because of me having 100K year or month, whatever the case may be, is now allowing me to deal with this losing streak that I've been dealing with for the past few months a lot easier than most people. Like, my bills are always going to be paid. You know what I'm saying? So this video isn't saying that I'm down bad tremendously. Like, no, I'm still straight, right? I'm still set. My bills are paid for the next year if I need it to be, right? I told you guys this even on the live streams, right? To create a safety buffer, you want to have a safety cushion if you want to depend on trading and other sources of income. Being an entrepreneur, guys, is not easy whatsoever. So make sure you are protecting yourself if things go wrong. So trust me, I'm still good. My bills are going to be paid regardless. But this process that you have to go through can really dictate a lot. So trust yourself, trust in your ability. The best is still to come. And I'm really speaking to myself right now when I say this stuff. Because I know what I'm capable of. I've seen it. I've seen the highs. I've seen the lows. And just because I'm kind of going through a low right now, that's not going to change anything. But I do got to get back to the basics. I do got to really slow down once again and put myself, unfortunately, ahead of others. Right? I've been the most selfless trader, constantly trying to provide value for years now, trying to show you guys the real, the raw, and the authentic. But now I got to take a period for myself to get back into it. And it took me losing what I lost over the past few months, high amount of 5 figures, to really understand this. And I think it's a blessing in disguise. Because you don't know, now, me doing this for myself, I might go from making, what I'm making and probably tripling it, right? Because now I don't have that public pressure all up on my shoulders. And I'm able to truly just trade without no outside opinions or thoughts on what they think the market is going to do. And it's going to be me and the charts like it used to be when I first started this journey. So my word to you guys is sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to really prioritize yourself. And I know a lot of you guys are probably still newer traders, still trying to get it, really haven't had a consistent year. Probably even haven't had a consistent month yet. But your time is coming. But sometimes you gotta slow down. Really reevaluate your key values and your key goals that you have here when it comes to this journey. And that's one thing I have to do right now. I have to reflect on why I truly wanted to learn this skill set and why, this skill set is going to be the thing that truly helps me take my life and my family's life to another level. Right? Truly obtain financial freedom. So you gotta just trust the process, guys. Trust yourself, trust in your ability. Although it might seem tough right now, as long as you do not give up, I promise you, your time is coming. And it's going to make a lot of sense. And then it's going to be something that you can go ahead and help the next person on once you feel comfortable enough. So now that I'm not probably going to be doing live streams publicly, again, I will still be working with my VIP community. If you want to join that, obviously you can go ahead and, click the link and just join the academy. It's a one-time fee. I don't know if you want to do it right now just because of the losing streak, but if you do, I guarantee you I will still be there to help you and guide you throughout this process, just like what I'm doing. But although I'm probably going to stop live streaming for now, I'm going to be documenting my process and the journey of essentially recreating myself as a trader to getting back to those levels where I was able to make a substantial amount of money trading. Because I just haven't been able to do that the past, not just this little losing streak, but over the past few years. So it really has been very tough. So I'm going to be documenting that all on YouTube. Or I will still be consistent on YouTube, dropping edited videos for y'all. Videos that provide value, the ups, the downs, the good, the bad, the ugly. How I'm still managing these trading accounts, both prop firm and personal accounts. I'm still gonna be very transparent with y'all, right? But it's gonna be a lot easier for me to trade without pressure if it's a video that I'm just recording that I don't have to post, as opposed to me doing it live and it being there for everybody to see, right? Because again, that trading live is no easy feat, man. And I want to commend all the live traders. Anybody that goes live on YouTube, man, big shout out to y'all, because it really is tough, man. And it does add a whole level of pressure that you're not even aware of. I don't think anybody's really aware of unless you go through it. But enough of the sob story, family. This ain't the end. You guys know the vibes. You guys know me. I'm still gonna be very bubbly, still very happy, but I just gotta make a couple little changes here and there, and just get back to what I know I can get back to. Right? Get back to the higher highs and start creating higher highs in my trading journey, my trading career. And it's gonna start today. So family, I love you guys. I appreciate y'all. If you watched this entire video, I know that you are one of those super supporters. You are one of those that truly are there for me, support me, encourage me. And I'm gonna continue to do the same thing, especially if you're in the VIP. So without further ado, y'all, love you guys. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see you guys in the next video.